Right. Moving on from that, let's go ahead and break down what's to come, you guys. Weather-wise, another nasty storm. Can we get a break? I know we still had several folks without power. Not a joking matter, obviously. We had a big windstorm causing problems, some low snow elevation, and as you look ahead, what's to come, wind situation still a factor. Not as windy, but still windy, okay? That's not going anywhere. We've had a good consistent shot of rain for the month of December, and as we jump into January, we're still getting it. So that's good, given the fact that this is our rainiest time of year, and we've got some snow in the mountains, but the problem is we got some freezing rain that we've got to deal with, okay? Let's talk wind first. The wind advisory that we dealt with today was on the east side, okay? Foothills area where we saw most of the wind coming in out of the east from the Cascade Gaps. Now the new advisory is going to be for those areas that are exposed to the wind from the south. Puget Sound, specifically out along the waters, but most of the advisory level is going to be out towards Camano Island, Whidbey Island, San Juans, northwest interior, coastal locations throughout the day tomorrow. Now let's talk winter precip, because you got the big blob of purple there, which indicates some kind of winter precipitation happening. And I zoom in and notice how close it's getting to the city itself, okay? So when we see that, we're like, okay, what's going on here? Because snow level's bumping up to about 4,000 feet, so we bring in the freezing rain potential. If that cold air gets trapped along the Cascade foothills and the warm air moves in up above, that rain could freeze on impact to the surface. So that's why I got freezing rain between 2,500 feet and 4,000 feet. In some instances, maybe even a little bit below that. Above that, maybe a foot of snow possible. That's about 4,000 feet. Here's precip right now. So not a steady shot of it, but we're still seeing some precip take place. And I zoom in on I-90 because this is one of the main corridors that travels between eastern and western Washington, obviously. So since we still have some precipitation on that, it shows falling in the form of rain. However, surface temps, we were just checking the mountain cameras, are still below freezing. Therefore, near Snoqualmie Pass, it could be a mess. Just please, please, please be careful. When we look at the ice growth accumulation potential going into tomorrow, notice the blue here would say, okay, we could see some light ice form in these specific areas. Here's Snoqualmie right there. There's a look at some of the highways across the region. Darrington, for some reason, the model indicates there could be a bullseye near you. So if you folks wake up and you've got ice growth around your region, maybe send us some photos and just try not to drive anywhere just because it's so darn dangerous if that happens, okay? So you'll really find out tomorrow morning when you go out to your car and you'll see if the hood of your vehicle is frozen or not. We got temperatures warming tomorrow into the upper 40s, so pretty much average. As we jump into your Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we see the warming trend continue as temps climb into low to mid 50s. And the key here, you guys, is that we dry out